Hello everyone, Toasty Boy here, and today I'm here to bring Injustice 2 video. So, with like all the Shattered Alliances trailers and the character reveals that they've been showing, I just want to say that I'm really hyped for the game coming out next month. Like honestly, there's no bad character on the roster, and like the story looks really well done so far. Like I really love what they're doing with Shattered Alliances. And not only that, but like the backstories of each character is really well done. So today I'm here to bring a top 5 video where I explain about like which characters I'm excited for the most, because I really want to share that with you guys because like the roster is really well done. So without further ado, I'm really hyped to start this video, so let's get it. So starting off with number 5, it starts with Poison Ivy. So for Injustice 2, I want to main like at least one female character, and out of all the female characters, she's probably like the one that I'm excited for the most because like the way she looks, and then like so far, even though they haven't showed like a lot of her gameplay, she seems like the most interesting. I'm hoping they're gonna like do a watchtower for her soon because I really want to know how she plays. But I have a feeling that she's gonna like play like a zoning character probably. I'm not sure, but the only thing I'm wondering is just, is she gonna play similar to Swamp Thing? Because I mean they're both like grass, like both like based on plants and all that. Except Swamp Thing is like based from the swamp. But I'm not sure. But honestly, I'm really hyped for Poison Ivy because like I remember her from one of the Lego Batman games, and she was a really unique character in those games. But anyways, off to the number 4 spot. Well, not spot, but 4 spot. We have Green Lantern. Green Lantern honestly is probably the hero that I have like the most history with next to like Batman and Superman. Cause like I remember seeing Green Lantern, the movie in like 2011, and it was like really well done. And not only that, but like I mentioned in my update video, Green Lantern was one of the few heroes I known about for a long time because of the show Batman Brave and the Bold. But not only that, but I remember like back then when I had like a Green Lantern Halloween costume, I dressed up as Hal Jordan that one Halloween. That was like really fun times. And yeah, just like that, well, anyways. And also, like, in this gameplay for Injustice 1, he seemed like he played a lot like Ermac. And I really loved his Super Injustice 1. Seeing with his Super Injustice 2, like, I'm really excited for that. But his game, even though they haven't shown much gameplay for Injustice 2, I really loved how he played Injustice 1, so I'm really hyped to play as him for all those reasons. Especially if he's, like, the hero that I have, like, the most, like, probably, like, the most history with, besides Superman and Batman, out of all the DC heroes. So coming up number 3, we have Captain Cold. Honestly, I didn't know much about Captain Cold, but after they like showed his gameplay in the Watchtower, like I'm really excited for him because he has like aerial movement where he can just like do aerial dashes similar to like what Mira can do in KI, along with how he can like stand in the air and how he does like has like really powerful zoning tools. I think that could like defeat opponents like Superman, where they probably like spam his laser beam, and that could like easily stop him. But honestly, like I'm really excited for Captain Cold because like so far from what they seem, it seems with his gameplay, like he's probably really interesting. But I also like his cocky attitude and like the Shattered Alliance and as a character himself. So we'll have to see more about what's gonna happen with Captain Cold, but other than that, I'm really excited to play this, well, Iceman, because I didn't want to call him Cold Guy, but, and, well, but we'll have to see what happens. But so far, from what I know, he's like a villain from the Flash, and like his gun is really good against the Flash because he can like slow him down. But other than that, we'll have to see what happens. So, at the number 2 spot, we have Dr. Fate. So Dr. Fate, I didn't really know much about either, but from what it showed from like his trailer and his gameplay, he seemed like he played like, well not trailer, but like from what it seems from his gameplay, he seems like he plays like Ermac, which is like my main character in not Injustice, MKX. So if that's the case, and I want to pick him up because of that. And not only that, but he's probably like one of the few characters that has like my favorite backstory for Injustice 2 because honestly, like they could do a lot with him in Shattered Alliances. Also, yesterday I came up with this idea, but for his chapter, I think what they could do is he would probably be like the second to last chapter. And I know I'm gonna be like spoiling the story a little bit. I might, but I just want to share this because I really want to. I think this is like a really good idea of what they could do with him for his chapter in the story if he has a chapter. So pretty much what would happen is before like they fight Brainiac, the insurgencies decide to grab the regime in order to like have their help against Brainiac. So that means that they had to get Superman on their side. And in order for that to be possible, they had to have Dr. Fate to persuade him because no one in the insurgency side can really beat him. So then Dr. Fate agrees with them, and then what they do is go to the regime base, and then the regime showed up, and then what happened is the surgeons start like fighting the regime, and then when Dr. Fate like beats a few of them, he gets to Superman, and then you see Wonder Woman with him. And then before you fight Superman, he fights Wonder Woman just to get her out of the way. And then when the time comes, he starts talking about how he was in the past, about how much of a bad guy he was. And then Superman still denies him, and then he says, I guess I have no choice but to fight you then. And then that's when the time comes, and then they start fighting. And then after the fight comes, he starts like telling him about how he could like revive Lois Lane, and then probably Superman can like turn good after Injustice 2. And then like probably by the end of Injustice 2, then this Justice League might form again. I mean, that probably might be like the least likely thing that might happen, especially if we're talking about the regime world in Injustice 2. Because like the Injustice universe itself is very dark. Like Superman killed a lot of characters, but I don't know, I have a feeling that he's not going to be like bad forever. That he might turn into a good guy again from what it seems in the Shattered Alliances trailers. So if Dr. Fate's chapter is going to be like that, then I really want to like main him, but he's not going to be my number one main. But he'll still like be very efficient. So coming at the number one spot, we have my boy Firestorm, aka the Cinder of Injustice 2. Why am I excited for this character, you ask? Well, besides him being the Cinder of Injustice 2, his gameplay looks really neat, and is probably like the gameplay that I'm most hyped for. Because like, honestly, I just like his zoning tools and the Trailblazer he has. And like some of the tools where he can just like turn his opponents into statues. Like that's honestly really cool. And I like his cocky attitude that Firestorm has. And not only that, but also like I mentioned in my update video, he was also in Batman Brave and the Bold. And I remember him in a few episodes. But honestly, like Firestorm was a really cool character back then. And I'm sorry, but from what he seems now, he seems like he's a really cool character in Injustice 2. Even though he like might be like a newbie in the story, he still might seem like a really cool character in Shattered Alliances. And if he has like a chapter, then I would be really excited to be his chapter a lot in the story. So that was my top 5 list for most anticipated characters of Injustice 2. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please smack the like button, and I'll see you next time.